It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harlan, bringing you what promises to be a very exciting Friday night matchup. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. The guys. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I caught up with Coach Rick Adelman, and my first question was, what's the plan against Kevin Durant? Probably the premier scorer in the entire league. He said, well, it starts with trying to keep the ball out of his hands, because once he catches it, you're kind of at his mercy. Guys, Durant's so long, he can just shoot over the top. When he does get the ball, expect to see some double teams.
And thank you, Doris. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Outside Westbrook. Cans the 12-footer. Westbrook's got his first 2 points.
Good to see the ball go through the hoop there. He missed his first 4 shots, so we'll see if that gets him going a little bit.
Outside Williams. There's the pass to Miracle Man. He feeds it to Buttinger. And the 3 off target.
Tough 3-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
Fisher dishes to Westbrook. He kicks it to Fisher. A 3-ball. Minnesota with the rebound. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
They just couldn't get the ball in the basket that day, guys. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, it's hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yeah, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. They need to work a lot harder to get good shots today.
It's Durant on the wing. There's the feed to Gomes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. I think Steve nailed it moments ago, Clark, talking about, these series of 3-4 games between these two teams during the year, and eventually they'll know each other very well. But as we see now, the slate between them is clean.
And being that it is their first meeting, Kevin, I'm actually anxious and curious to see what's changed in terms of how they come at each other compared to last season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Collison. Ibaka comes in for Kevin Durant. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Miracle Man. And good counting. Before I forget, guys, what did you think about his comments in the press conference after the last game?
I think he said the right things after that first game. It's a big one because it is your first taste of NBA action, but he seemed to keep it all in perspective. It's just one game and a long line of what will be many.
Well, it's important for young guys like that to mature quickly and to understand how the NBA operates, and the fact that you have to keep an even keel throughout the season or you'll go crazy. So it's good that he seems to understand that right away.
Sefolosha passes to Fisher. 6 on the shot clock. The 15-footer, and the shot is good. Fisher's got his first basket of the night.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
The Wolves were devastated by injuries last year, guys, but they still did all right up here in Minneapolis. 20 and 21 at home, not great, but considering the injuries, a pretty solid home record.
Thunder trailing by 14. Sefolosha off a pick from Ibaka. Here's Fisher. Off target with his 3. The Timberwolves shooting quite well in these early minutes, 55%. Here's Miracle Man. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And back to Minnesota, they were a sneaky pick to get into the playoffs at the beginning of last year, but so much can change in the course of the season, Steve, namely injuries for the Timberwolves.
No doubt. Kevin Love going down, that hurt them. Ricky Rubio in and out of the lineup. But there's no question when you look at the roster, some of the moves they made in the offseason, this is a pretty talented team.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Derek Fisher.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
And Brewer kicks to Martin. Pass to Miracle Man. Love outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Love's got 5.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Lets it fly. And Russell Westbrook again. Westbrook's got his 3rd basket of the night. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
They wanted it more, Kevin. Simple as that. Looking at their second chance buckets especially, I mean, that's where it really shows up. Second chance points. They didn't play a whole lot of up and back. It was basically a half-court game. I mean, they stayed with each shot, grabbing board, and then they converted the times they missed.
Yeah, I agree with you, Clark. It was all about effort, and all that work on the glass was the difference.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Timberwolves lead by 16. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Tune in next Sunday, November 3rd. Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves take on Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks, live from New York City. Don't miss it.
Passes it to Miracle Man. Feeds it to Buttinger. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, quite honestly, guys, he was one of the biggest surprises of the 2011-12 season, Pekovic. I mean, he continued to show that he's a fantastic option at the center spot. Another solid season. I mean, he's a big physical presence, can finish inside, aggressive on defense and on the boards, and doesn't have a bad face-up jump shot either.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Oklahoma City. Both free throws good from Pekovic. Going back to Pekovic, or Peck as you call him, Steve, and as his teammates call him too. Another productive season. He did struggle with some injuries. Missed about 20 games, but he is a man.
Hey, Peck is a grown man.
He is
There's
a grown man,
question.
yes.
Pretty remarkable 2nd-round pick, 31st overall back in 2008. But well, the T-Wolves have to be excited about finding their starting center of the future.
Buttinger and Kevin Love in at the forwards. Ricky Rubio is out there with Miracle Man, and it's Pekovic in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Jones with it, now guarded by Buttinger. And here's Fisher. Six to shoot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Ricky Rubio picks one up.
Well, you could see it at the start of the season that Oklahoma City was being driven by falling short in the 2012 finals. Their focus was on being the best team in the West, and they jumped on that goal right from the start.
And for the Thunder, the second-best regular season record in the league last season, Steve, at 60-22.
Well, and they had the best point differential in the league, Kevin, which I think is probably the best barometer in terms of how well you're playing. But clearly the Westbrook injury in the first round of the playoffs against Houston just completely took the wind out of their sails. And I would look for Oklahoma City to be back this year with everybody healthy. They'll have a chip on their shoulders. They want to get back to the finals this year.
Fisher dishes to Collison. Kicks it to Sefolosha. Covered by Rubio. From 6 away, Sefolosha's shot is good. Sefolosha's got 4 this quarter.
Well, they really started to come on here in the second.
Playing much better here, guys, and it looks like they're starting to make up some ground. We'll see if that can continue.
And here's Love from the arc. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Fisher with the ball. Lamb passes to Fisher. They get it back. Collison kicks to Fisher. The dish to Lamb. Takes the 3. The putback and finished off by Collison.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
And the Thunder making a change here. Perkins is checked in. Got that bucket in no time at all. And it's 9 points for Miracle Man.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
Now here's Westbrook. Defense right on him. Shot's good.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Miracle Man in their last time out against the Magic did some really solid work on the floor. He finished with 15 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by his standards.
Well, those are pretty high standards ordinarily. You'll see how much it carries over. It's not a performance that will be easy to repeat.
But you like to have that in your arsenal and on your resume so you can call on it the next time you get out on the court. So I think it'll serve him better than it won't.
And that one goes long.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Outside Westbrook. Dishes it to Perkins. The score now all even. Perkins got 4 this quarter.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Love dishes to Martin. Timberwolves passing it around. Miracle Man, the pass to Martin. He feeds it to Buddington. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising in such a tight game.
Yeah, you're right. Very rarely will you out-rebound an opponent like that and not have it pay off.
He dishes it to Cephalosha. From 12 feet out. Rebound, Minnesota. Pekovic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
You know, one thing with Scott Brooks, guys, he's very consistent with his message. You listen in on those timeouts. It's all about getting stops. Defense, 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 and letting their offense come from that.
With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. Number 1, the Thunder.
Not only did they shoot a high percentage from the line, Kevin, but this team was outstanding in getting to the line at a high rate. You know, guys found a way to take it up a notch in terms of their...
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's a good one going on out in Minnesota. Glad to have you with us for our halftime show. Oklahoma City up on top against Minnesota. They've held tough defensively. Great rim protection, too, when you look at all the blocks. And a resilient Timberwolves team is staying in it. Sharp shooting from downtown. They're raining triples nonstop. And that'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Second half's just around the corner. Thanks so much for stopping by.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The drive by Jackson. Pass to Fisher. From deep. Tries to keep it alive. Timberwolves leading by 4. So the Thunder 5 right now. Reggie Jackson out there with Derek Fisher. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Perkins. And it's Jones in a power forward position. Really left alone that time. 1:10 left to play here in the third. And there's the pass to Lamb. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Well, let's take a look at how Oklahoma City ranked in the league last year. First in blocks, first in free throw shooting, and they were ranked 3rd in team scoring. This team knows how to score the ball. entertaining at the offensive end.
And the thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all those stats, Clark, is the blocks, because number one in the league, obviously really protecting the paint. They had good length, a lot of depth, and the overall team defense, the rotations was really solid because we saw players across their roster blocking shots.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
But it has to translate, Clark. If they're going to cut into this lead, they've got to convert those boards into points.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Pass to Miracle Man. Puts up a three. Gets the bucket. Miracle Man's got 12 in the game. Thunder trailing by 7.
And if they're smart, they will hold for the last shot.
That's got to be the objective here, Steve.
Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Minnesota on top. They're up by 7. Left side, Westbrook. Outside Durant. Stolen. Big men, Love and Pekovic. Arton is out there with Miracle Man. And it's Brewer in at the 3 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Now here's Westbrook. He's tightly guarded. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. And a moment now to check out who Minnesota has coming up. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Russell Westbrook. Durant with a screen on Pekovic. And Fisher kicks to Sefolosha. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Timberwolves leading by 4. Martin, the pass to Miracle Man. Brewer. Miracle Man, covered by Sefolosha. The shot's good from Miracle Man. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Sefolosha kicks to Fisher from 12 feet out. And the jumper is on the mark.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Love dishes to Brewer. Back to Love. He kicks to Brewer. Timberwolves passing it around. And there's the feed to Martin. Shot clock at 5. He passes to Brewer. Fades and shoots. Rebounded by Sefolosha.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Feeds it to Perkins. It's taken away by Brewer. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And finished off by Martin. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys. And all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Now here is Sefolosha. Durant covered by Brewer. Lock at 6. Sefolosha with it. He's against Martin. Gets it to go. Timberwolves leading by 5. Passes it to Love. Here's Miracle Man. Kicks it to Brewer. Got a piece of it. Durant with the steal. Fisher, the pass to Ibaka. Fisher. Outside Durant. The dish now to Sefolosha. He feeds it to Ibaka. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltender.
Big call, Kevin. Just didn't get there quick enough, and that's a tough break.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Well, Rick Adelman had some advice for his team over that last break. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
And the shot's good from Miracle Man.
You know, the more these three-pointers continue to drop, the more you can sense the frustration coming from this defense.
No question. No matter what they've thrown at them, they've not been able to take that shot away.
Here's Fisher. Second shot opportunity. Shot's good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 points this quarter.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Love the pass to Miracle Man. Can't get the three to fall. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Fisher. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
Dishes it to Bekovic. Perkins on him. Goes up the baseline. Good! There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Fisher. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And that's what you love to do as the road team, Kevin. Hit the big shot to take the crowd right out of it.
Well, they've done that for sure.
They sure have. That shot right there had a huge effect on this crowd.
And the pass to Miracle Man. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. And here's Perkins. Now Fisher. Durant kicks to Perkins. Brewer with the steal. And they go to the intentional foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
Congratulations on the win tonight. It was definitely a nail-biter. How are you feeling after a close game like that?
Yeah, that was definitely a close one. It feels good when you win a game like that because you know it could have gone the other way. I got to hand it to the team on this one, man. We pulled it together and got the job done when it counted most. Our main goal is always to get that W, and we'll take it however we can get it, really, whether it's a blowout or a close game like tonight. Big ups to these guys for getting it done, man.